After conquering most of the must-do ride, as bikers in India, next on our mind was a cross-country trip. And when we heard about the newly opened India-Myanmar-Thailand Trilateral Highway, we knew our next destination. Somehow in the course of events, it turned into an all-women expedition. And there was an opportunity waiting for us to be the first women biker team to ride on the new India-Myanmar-Thailand Trilateral Highway and cross into the Southeast Asian nations and come back all the way to the homeland on our bikes.
एक दिन जेबी फ़ोन करके शांति एक 40 डेज़ के लिए हमारे को एक लॉन्ग ट्रिप जाना है, क्या आ सकती हो? तो मैं उनको पूछी भी नहीं किधर क्या, हाँ ठीक है जेबी आ सकती। तो सब लोग पूछने लगे कि बाय रोड क्यों जा रही हो, रिस्क है। बाय रोड जाने से वो पूरा एरियाज़ भी देख सकते हैं, लोगों से मिल सकते हैं, वहाँ के कल्चर्स वो पूरे देख सकते हैं। कि डायरेक्ट जाने से वो पूरा नहीं देख सकता और रोड से जाने का एक ख्वाहिश था।
Each country on this expedition had set its own challenges for us to overcome on the ride. The road conditions ranged from good roads to mud roads to no roads to roads under construction. We chose Dominar because it's a tried and tested bike on these kind of long expeditions. Because of the mono suspensions and the ergonomics, Dominar gives you a comfortable seating position. The riding stance is essential if you are on a long distance expedition. Just remaining seated for over 12 hours a day can get uncomfortable. When you set out on such long expedition, you need to have some good ride time in good conditions, especially in the first few days. The first 3 days of the trip in India, we were riding on good roads, in good weather conditions, and we quickly got adjusted to the Dominar Hyper machine, and that gave us momentum and confidence. We were en route Dimapur in Assam, just 3 days away from the Myanmar border. The riding conditions were horrible. It was completely dark. We started with mountain roads and then there were absolutely no roads. There were so many ditches. In the dark, the light throw was perfect and we could easily see 10 meters ahead of us. That lifted our spirits and we knew we were going to be safe by covering the distance, lit only by the headlights. We rode 4,000 kilometers in India before entering Myanmar, and we had another 8,500 kilometers as a part of our international leg. When we reached the border, all of us got so emotional as this was the first time ever we were stepping out of the country, crossing land borders. Myanmar, beautiful country, completely unexplored, but many of the roads were under construction. They were laying these very big and sharp stones. We had no choice but to ride on them. We entered Thailand, a much developed country compared to the rest on our expedition. With 4 and 6 lane highways all through and higher speed limits. And even then, stopping the bike instantly was so easy thanks to the ABS.
The scenes were absolutely beautiful. The countryside, the township, and of course beautiful roads.
Laos, this country completely unexplored by Indians. Beautiful, traditional, rich cultural heritage, and the landscape was filled with mountains. The Dominar responded well to the curves, even if you didn't grasp the depth of the curve. The thrust generated by Dominar made climbing the mountains a cakewalk. And when we reached Vietnam, after riding over 8,000 kilometers, we finally met the ocean. This was as far east as we could go.
Vietnam, again, very good roads, the beaches. There was one patch where we went along the seaside, and that was the most amazing view that I had in Vietnam.
That point was technically a U-turn for us. Typically, riders don't do a return trip. They ship the bikes back after the onward journey. But the way the Dominar carried us to the ends of Southeast Asia, it made us believe that we can do it. Each country on this expedition had its own sets of rules and regulations, and you have to be mindful of that. Something very new to us was the right-hand side driving. Only in Thailand, the rules were similar to India. Since we were doing a return trip, we were going to revisit all the countries so far that we have covered, except for one, Cambodia. Home to the world's largest religious monument, Angkor Wat, a 12th century Hindu-Buddhist temple.
Cambodia is very traditional, very scenic, with all the temples around.
On our trip back, we had to face difficult weather conditions. The weather changed every 2 hours. We went from 40 degrees to rainy conditions to freezing conditions. Endurance is what comes into all of this. People can get tired when they reach one destination and then they just want to rush back. We were able to withstand the weather changes because the Dominar was able to withstand it. We were riding for over 12 hours each day, and throughout the 56 days on the road, we were expecting the bikes to get heated up and show some visible signs of wear and tear in its performance. But none. We never had a single breakdown. Because of the historical connect that we have with this region, we didn't completely feel as outsiders, and the locals didn't completely feel as foreigners. It felt like a very well understood part of our cultural history. There are centuries of cultural and historical heritage in common between Southeast Asian nations and India.
When I started riding, I got my confidence back. I got the courage to face the world the way it is. It was kind of a lesson that no matter what happens, no matter what the world throws at you, you have to choose a way to push forward and live to the best of your ability and be happy in what you're doing and never get demotivated.
Motorcycle riding is also, I don't say there is a risk involved. Yes, there is a little bit of risk involved. But if you take the proper precautions and ride with all safety rules and plan it very well, these kind of motorcycle expeditions can teach you a lot and make you connect with the nature or with riding as such in a better way. Let's plan more of long distance riding and see where it takes us to.